What's going on, everybody? Austin here, and welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with a brand new video of a mask that I received a couple of days ago. This is a very special piece. This is a Generation 1 Fantastic Faces splotch mold Weeping Ghost. One of the old Fun World masks. And these are special because these were used in the movie Scream, obviously. I do believe that the splotch mold was specifically used in the Casey Becker death scene, and then I believe the third act party scenes were used or done using a splotch mold Gen 1. For years we believed it was a Gen 2, but I think that's been thrown out the window, because when you look at Gen 2s and then you look at the mask at the end of Scream 1, it's very apparent that it's not a Gen 2. There's distinct features on Gen 2s that just didn't match up. But these splotch molds did match up. So we're thinking that the splotch is what was used, which some people actually consider splotch molds to be Gen 2s, but I don't think that they are. This is very much a Gen 1 to me. I've had like 6 Gen 1s, and I've had like 5 or 6 Gen 2s, so I think I know a little bit. This one is special because this was given to me This was given to me by my good buddy, Austin Dodd. If I knew how to edit videos, I would edit that out and redo that, but I don't know how to do that, so here we are. My good friend Austin Dodd, he actually came at me a couple of months ago, and he asked me if I wanted to buy this from him. And I told him, I said, heck yeah, I would love to buy this from you. You know, that would be awesome. Of course, it was going to take me some time to save up the cash, so he was happy to wait. But then he actually hit me up a couple of weeks later, and he said, you know what, I just want to give it to you. And at first, I was kind of taken back. I was like, what? What do you mean? Give me the Gen 1? Like, you don't have to do that, bro. I told him, I said, you don't need to do that. I can pay for it. And he said, no. He said, no, not necessary. I don't want you to pay for it. I just want you to have it. And so he sent it to me completely free of charge. It just showed up in my mail. And almost brought me to tears because, I've had some hard stuff going on here recently, and to have something like this just pop up in the mail was really cool. I haven't had a Gen 1 in years now, and to be reunited with one is pretty darn cool. I love the way these look. I still think I prefer the look of the Scream 3 mask. I know, you're gonna probably shoot me for that, but I still think I prefer... There's my Scream 3 and my Scream 6 masks. I still think I prefer the Scream 3. I don't know. I like that look, but also Scream 3 was my first Scream film ever, so that mask is just sort of burned into my brain when I think of Ghostface. But this is very iconic. Has that, that very cartoony shape to it. The eyes are very peanut shaped, but they're like, not symmetrical. I do like the more triangular nose, the wider mouth. Oh, and I don't know if it'll pick up, but if we want to see if it's a splotch, I don't know if you can see that there, but that little indentation right there, that little marking, that's a splotch. We call that a splotch because it's kind of like, it looks like a splat, of some kind. Usually on these molds, like there's several molds, like there's a multi-dot, there's a 2-dot, there's different molds. And they have just what it says, they have dots. But that one has a splotch, so it's called the splotch mold. So this mask is in very good condition. Aside from a few things, I actually had to restore a couple things. For example, when I first got it, which, by the way, none of these damages or anything. I'm not complaining about any of it. Austin, I'm very happy you sent this to me. Thank you so much again. It could come with no shroud at all, and I would still be happy as a camper. But just to point out what was wrong with it, in terms of damage. There was a big gash in the shroud here, and I'm not very good at, fixing anything, so I just kind of did what I could, and I took some tape and just kind of patched it from the inside a little bit. It looks a little folded, but it's not a gash, so it works out. And then the back of the mask, I actually had to completely restore down here. For some reason, whoever had owned it before Austin, had it like cut all the way up to right here. So I was gonna sew it, but I was like, I'm not that good at sewing, and I don't want to risk bunching up the fabric in the back and it looking really weird. So I took some, I don't remember what it's called, but my wife has a sewing kit, and it has this sticky material that is supposed to patch up holes or rips. And so she just put it down the entire rip and just kind of patched it up the best she could. And then, just for extra security, I took a little bobby pin thingy, whatever, and just have that secured on there to kind of hold it in place. But it's got little bitty holes in certain spots, but nothing crazy. Very, very good condition overall. The mask itself is in great condition, still very white, still glows, doesn't stink, smell like smoke or anything. Very good shape. Oh, my camera's out of focus. This is an interesting copy too, because the thing about these masks is they're mass produced. They were made in big abundance very quickly, and sent to Halloween stores. And so each copy has kind of its own little identity, and this one has its own little specific identity to it, where the tassels are actually a lot more crudely cut. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get that to focus. They're actually a lot more crudely cut, and they're kind of shorter than a lot of the Gen 1s that I've seen. A lot of Gen 1s have longer tassels. This one has quite short tassels. I don't know if you can tell. Quite short. Which kind of, at first, made me think that, maybe this was, reshrouded someday, one day or whatever. Maybe somebody had reshrouded it, or something like that. But no, if you look up top, I have it folded backwards, but it has, I don't know if it's going to pick up. It has two holes that showcase where the tag would have come through, and it matches up exactly with the mask itself where those two holes are. So it's definitely not been reshrouded or nothing. So I guess it's just how this came in the factory. This particular copy came with shorter tassels, and actually I think the tassels is even a slightly different material than the rest of the shroud. Again, like I said, this was a gift, so it could come with no shroud at all, and I would be completely happy and grateful. So no matter what's been done to the mask or not done to it, I'm completely happy with this beautiful thing. But it is absolutely beautiful. So there it is, the Gen 1 splotch mold. I'm very happy to have a Gen 1 again. This means the world to me. Austin, thank you very much. You are a true friend, true brother. You've been there for me for the last 5 to 6 years, and I can't thank you enough. In a time in my life where things are getting pretty hard, you just show me a random act of kindness that sometimes I feel like I don't deserve. Nice things like this. I don't feel like I ever deserve great things like this, but you come through anyways, and you do something like this, and it's amazing. So Austin, I want to thank you so much for this beautiful mask. I want to thank you for your friendship and your kindness, and I know you don't want me to pay you for this mask, but I am going to repay you for this mask. You deserve that. These masks are very expensive, and I know you told me you're not in this for the money. I know. I understand. But it doesn't feel right to just have something like this completely free of charge. That's just, I don't know, man. Seeing what these have jumped up to on eBay, you deserve something. You really do. So I'm going to repay you for this beautiful mask, whether you like that or not, brother. That being said, I'm going to hop off here, but there is the beautiful Generation 1 Fantastic Faces splotch mold. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll make another video whenever I end up getting another mask or another something. I don't know. We'll see. That could be in 2 years from now. I don't know. But I had to do a video about this and showcase this beautiful mask. So here it is. Generation 1 Fantastic Faces Weeping Ghost splotch mold. Until next time, everybody, be good, be safe, and take it easy.